Champagne Armand De Brignac is a prestige cuvée which has been created for connoisseurs of champagne and amateurs of great champagne in general. The two makers of Armand De Brignac are Mr. Cattier himself, who is the owner of the company, the patriarch of the company, and since a few years, his son, Alexandre. They are both winemakers, and they are at the origin of the blend of Armand De Brignac.
Ma famille est impliquée dans le champagne depuis très longtemps puisqu'on a retrouvé des ancêtres en ligne directe qui étaient déjà propriétaires de vignobles à Chigny-les-Roses jusqu'en 1763. Je suis revenu sur l'exploitation familiale. Je dirais que ça s'est fait naturellement puisque mes parents, mes grands-parents, etc. étaient producteurs de champagne.
The name of Armand De Brignac was created by Mrs. Cattier, the mother of Jean-Jacques, in the beginning of the 50s, and it's coming from the main character of a novel that she had read at that time, and she really liked this novel and this character, and this is how she decided to use that name.
Quand on voyage dans le monde, qu'on rencontre des gens, qu'on leur dit je suis producteur de champagne, on voit tout de suite les yeux qui pétillent, on voit les bulles dans les yeux de nos interlocuteurs. C'est extraordinaire, on a la chance d'avoir un produit extraordinaire.
Ce qui m'a vraiment plu dans ce métier, c'est que chaque année, chaque récolte est différente. Amène son lot de surprises, son lot de joie, et on voit toujours des choses nouvelles dans ce métier, donc c'est vraiment passionnant.
What makes Armand De Brignac so special is that at every step of the production we really wanted to have the best, la crème de la crème. There are 8 people of our team exclusively dedicated to Armand De Brignac, which is a very small team, and that was part of the philosophy of Armand De Brignac to keep this artisanal way of producing this luxury champagne. The strict selection that we have made of the grapes that we are using for this blend, coming from the best villages of Champagne, only classified Premier Cru and Grand Cru, that was for us a way to pay tribute to what are for us the most emblematic villages of Champagne. And even at the pressing, for instance, using the best part of the juice, the finest part of the juice, making a blend of always 3 carefully selected vintages. That's a multi-vintage, which is something quite rare in Champagne, but that was for us the best way to express the rich side and the complex side of the product.
Si vous voulez, un millésime, ça pourrait être dans un orchestre un soliste. Alors qu'un assemblage de millésimes et un assemblage de cépages également, c'est tout l'orchestre qui joue ensemble. Et c'est ça qu'on a voulu rechercher.
So the grapes are coming from the 3 most famous parts of Champagne, the Montagne de Reims in the north, the Côte des Blancs in the south, and the Vallée de la Marne when we are going to the direction of Paris.
Donc nous avons le Pinot Meunier. Le Pinot Meunier qui apporte beaucoup de fruité et beaucoup de rondeur au champagne. Nous avons également le Pinot Noir. Le Pinot Noir est un cépage qui apporte de la structure au champagne et également de la puissance. Et donc le Chardonnay, le cépage blanc de Champagne, qui apporte de l'élégance, de la légèreté au champagne.
Of course, for the Blanc de Blanc, this is a 100% Chardonnay, and for the Rosé, we have used also the 3 grapes of Champagne. We can say that the cellars that we are using have 2 particularities. First particularity is that they are considered as one of the deepest cellars that you can find in Champagne. The deeper you are, the lower the temperature will be, and of course this temperature will remain constant. And the fact that the temperature is quite low enables us to have a slow aging, which is of course the best for such a luxury cuvée. And the second particularity is the 3 architecture styles, the Roman, the Gothic and the Renaissance shape. So, as you can see here, we are still using a very traditional remuage. I mean that all our bottles of Armand De Brignac are still turned by hand on those pupitres. And the remuage is a process which consists in riddling every day the bottle so that progressively the sediments contained in each bottle after the aging process will go step by step in the neck of the bottle. And after this process, in fact, we are going to open the bottle and remove the rest of those sediments. Once the remuage is finished, then the next step is the dosage. The dosage consists in adding in the bottle a liquor which is composed of old still wines of Champagne and some sugar. But what makes Armand De Brignac unique in terms of the dosage is the fact that this liquor is aged in oak casks for 9 months, which is something very exclusive and unique to Armand De Brignac.
Évidemment, le dosage, c'est une petite touche finale qu'on ajoute au champagne à la fin de son élaboration, mais une petite touche finale très importante. Et on apporte cette petite caractéristique supplémentaire qui donne, on dit entre nous, un supplément d'âme à ce champagne.
The design of the bottle is coming from the collaboration we had in the past with the fashion house Courage in Paris. We had the idea to create this very distinctive bottle by dipping each bottle in a silver or gold coating. So the idea of the Ace of Spades that you can see here on the label is coming from one of the insignia of the French monarchy, and this is the reason why we decided to use this very distinctive shape for our label, and this is how people are calling our champagne the Ace of Spades, l'As de pique in French. So all our bottles are hand-filled because we wanted to keep this artisanal way of producing Armand De Brignac, and also because each bottle is so fragile that we had to take care of every bottle individually. Everything is done on an artisanal way. From the bottling, which is made by hand, or even for the labels, we didn't use a traditional paper label for Armand De Brignac, but we decided to use pewter, which for us was more characteristic of the high end that we wanted to bring to this cuvée. And of course, all those labels are applied by hand as well.
Oui, la famille c'est important, et puis des exploitations familiales comme les nôtres sont très importantes également en Champagne. Et je peux vous dire qu'il y a une communion et une motivation de notre équipe pour le Champagne Armand De Brignac qui est extraordinaire.
La famille est une valeur que nous intégrons dans notre travail. Et par exemple, voici mon père avec mon fils Armand.
We continue to be creative for Armand De Brignac with very soon the release of a demi-sec, and as well as the Cloyon produced from a single vineyard, something which is very rare in Champagne.
Définir Armand De Brignac en 3 mots, je dirais exclusivité, tradition et excellence. Et j'emploie quelquefois cette image, le champagne Armand De Brignac, c'est le champagne du XXIe siècle fait à la mode ancienne.